come to some place of faith to decree an ending to a warfare season. Let me just go ahead and read this. I wasn't going to do this. Let me read Isaiah 40 and show you a scripture, because this is a very important scripture for us as we go through this month and into the next season. Comfort, yes, comfort my people, says your God. Speak comfort to Jerusalem. Cry out to her that her warfare is ended. Now, hear what I'm saying to you. There comes a time where your last season of warfare is over. The season shifts. And the thing we want to do is see what we were warring for, a mantle of victory come upon us, so we move past it and we wear victory into the next season. Does that make sense to you? There are certain things right now in your life. That's, again, what this gathering represents. And I'm sure the CDs will be heard in other places that represents the mantle for your victory for your future. And that's what we're doing right now. You are ending a season, and if your mentality, which we're going to deal with, and how old thoughts vex your spirit tomorrow, if you don't deal with that vexation of the last season that's come into you, you can't break in and wear that new mantle. So it becomes very, very important. If you don't deal with the vexation of your spirit that has come through thoughts that you have brought in, or thoughts that you have not transformed your thinking in, you will not wear the victory into these next 7 years. So it becomes very important at this time that we know how. And I'm going to share some practical things with you in a moment. Then you see the number 8 in Hebrew, the het number, which means gate. So it becomes very, very important. It means going through the wall into your next place. It means moving into the next arena that God has for you. And you are in a month where it's very, very unusual how God is going to begin to move on your behalf to get you through. So you have to watch. I was just in Waco, Texas. I flew back from Asia and drove straight to Waco to be with Dutch Sheets in Waco for a gathering in the heart of Texas. The reason being is God had ordained that gathering because we felt like before we could decree what needed to happen for our nation, we had to end strong in the hometown of our current president and go there and honor and bless him for the last 8 years. See, it doesn't matter whether you like an authority or don't like an authority. If you don't honor authority, you don't move into your next season of life. And so we had scheduled to be there. Lots of things have been going on. Lots of things have been happening. So when I was flying back from Asia, I had a dream. Now, I want you to hear this because it represents what I feel like is a very good picture of where we are. In this dream, on the plane flying back from Asia, and I don't always sleep on planes because I would just work instead and try to get into the right time sequence that we're in, but I fell asleep, and it was probably because the Lord knew it's the only way he could show me what he needed to show me. And so in this dream, the scenario was the land or inheritance we had in East Texas. And you know my story in possessing your inheritance. It was one of the most incredible places. It was over 400 acres. The name of the place was called Rehoboth. Wonderful, wonderful place. My dad had acquired all 12 sections of land from the siblings of the Pierce clan. I mean, just an incredible place. And then he moved too quickly, got out of time, fell into corruption, and the rest of the story occurred. So I don't really think about that place much. I don't go back there much. I mean, I don't ever go back there. I don't have any family back there anymore. And so it's been several years since I've been back there. I went back in 1992 and did a reconciliation act on that land because my mother sold the land, brought it up out of debt, and paid off all the debt on it, sold the land, and then gave the remainder to us. And I was in my third year